How's everyone doing today? You doing all right? Good. You know, this morning I shared this in the first service, and I'll share it with you as well. Earlier, somebody asked me, like, how was your week? And the very first thing that came to my mind was, God did some miracles this week. And I was excited to share. And so I immediately just launched into that, and I forgot about all the things that were not so great. When we focus on the things that God is doing, man, it makes it feel like I had a great week. I had a great week. So I'll tell you really quick, because I just want to give testimony to the Lord this morning. Is that all right? All right. So on this week, it is time, the dreaded time for all of us foreigners when we have to renew our residency. Anybody else love that process? It's just so great, isn't it? It's so fun. So I got the work permit finished early in the week, and then around Wednesday, I started going through all of my files to make sure I had my documents, because even though I have been in Ethiopia almost 12 years, and they have all of the copies, they have all of the soft copies in their system, I have to bring the originals every single time. So I'm going through my documents and pulling out my documents, and there was one that was missing. I was like, where could it be? Where could it be? So I start searching everywhere. I'm like in panic mode. I am tearing apart my house. It's still kind of torn apart right now. It's a little bit of a mess. But I was going through my entire office, every file, every page, things from as far back as 2015. I was going through all of these documents, trying to find this page. I looked all day Wednesday. I looked all day Thursday. I looked for 2 hours on early Friday morning. Finally, I went to the office at the EAG headquarters, and I waited for Tessima, who was going to take my paperwork to the immigration. I said, Tessima, I don't have it. I have looked and looked. I can't find it. And the entire time I was praying, I was like, Lord, you see that I'm being diligent? You see that I am working hard to find this? Help me see it. Where could it be? I didn't find it. So I was asking people to pray. I was like, Lord, help me. Because you guys know how serious it is. You know how serious it is. It just takes one small thing, and you could be on the next plane to wherever outside of Addis. So I was really concerned about this. So I had asked some friends to pray. I had asked our ATW team to pray. I had asked some ladies that are also missionaries around Africa to pray. I had asked the pastors I ran into to pray. And I just spent like an hour at my desk with my head there, just like, Lord, just your favor. And around noon, I text Tessima. I was like, how's it going? I've got lots of people praying. How are you doing? You okay? What's it looking like? He's like, it's finished. I paid. You'll get your residency next week. I was like, but God, his favor. And I am just so grateful, so thankful. And I was just riding high. I'm like, yes, the Lord can do these things. And I got in my car a little later, and I was on my way to another meeting, and I was sitting in the afternoon traffic on Friday. As you know, it can be very, very heavy. And I was watching the needle of my fuel go down. And I've been looking for diesel for days. I've been looking, I don't know about the rest of you, but I've been looking for it. And me and Pastor Mark, we were both, anybody else been looking for fuel? And no one else. You guys are all smart having your gasoline, apparently. And I'm watching it go down, and I'm sitting in traffic, and I'm like, Lord, I gotta get to this. I'm going to run out of fuel in the middle of the traffic right now in Bole. And I'm thinking about all this, and I'm praying all this, and I was like, I'll just take a U-turn up here, and that will make a nice little to get to where I'm going. And I missed it. I was so focused on my fuel that I missed the U-turn. I was like, oh no, now I have to drive further with my little bit of fuel. And I prayed, so I have to go up to the roundabout and I go around. And as I come around the corner, I see a station. There's 2 cars, and they had diesel. Had I taken that U-turn and not gone up to that roundabout, I would not have seen this place.